Welcome back, Alpha Nation, to another episode of the Alpha Insider. I'm Mike Manson here with the Radiant One herself, Chrissie B, and we're here to talk to you about one of the big matches that's on the main card for this up-and-coming show. And our fourth big match we're talking about today is a huge one. It is for the Alpha Tag Team Championships. It pits the current champions, the Physicals, take on Standardized Paradox. Now, people might look at 211 and Josh Redfield and go, oh, they're all happy, cuddly and that. But these two guys will take your head off in a match.
Absolutely.
But I've got to say, I've been so impressed with the Physicals. I have been so... Alright, look, you might not like some of their antics. You might not be, but they have showed up and fought. There has been none. They have showed up and done what they had to do, even though if it hasn't been by the rules and they've cut corners and that. And there's an old saying from Jesse Ventura, it's whether you win or lose, how you play the game, right? And I agree with that because when I wrestled under that motto. But they're doing a fantastic job, right? And this is one it's a bit like the Wonders. I don't know who to pick because both teams can get the job done.
Honestly, I agree with you, and I feel like it's quite interesting that they've aligned themselves with someone like Nate Hunter because, it's kind of like a trio of up and rising superstars that are super young and have everything to get
I agree
from this company. But in saying that, Josh and 211 have been together for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
And dare I say, they have a little bit more experience in their pockets.
Yep, I would say that's truthfully.
And frankly, if anyone has seen my interviews with Josh Redfield as of late and Inmate 211, you will see that they are both they're done. They've had enough and they want gold. That's it, they're done. They're done sitting back and letting other people take that spotlight. They wanted it, and I'm telling you, 211 wants a shiny thing. And he's going to stop at nothing until he gets said shiny thing. And I feel after being attacked by Nate Hunter and the Physicals prior to second anniversary, they're not going to have a happy clown on their heads.
No, we're not going to see jolly old happy.
No, he's going to just go.
Yeah, we're going to see very angry clown, which always worries me when we see very angry clown.
Exactly, and that's why I feel like there is a bit of an advantage there. However, the Physicals have shown up. They've delivered some amazing matches, especially against the Wonders in those ladder matches, in those Texas tornado matches.
Simple fortune, which are no knockover. Like they got the job done there. They're opportunistic,
absolutely,
but they're so intelligent. And I think now with Nate Hunter, which I will say to you, right, next to his cousin, must be something in the water where they're from, Jay Hunter, is another guy of the future, like a really, really, and I think where he doesn't have size over Jay.
No.
But the intelligence.
He's got skill and intelligence.
Intelligence is unbelievable, and with the Physicals, right? That's a team. That's a group of people that are so intelligent. They'll be able to read the book to you, honestly.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm normally quite iffy with the Physicals, but seeing that Texas tornado match, I don't say this like that was a thrilling match to see those four competitors take on that stipulation. But furthermore, seeing that kind of physicality from the Physicals, which is not their standard.
No, definitely not.
But that to come through from the Physicals, I am 100% sure they are deserving of that gold. And they are an absolute top of the mountain tag team here at Alpha. This could go either way.
It is one of those matches.
Yeah,
it's a bit like the one matches.
Yeah,
I mean, really, the Physicals is really a Wonders match, and a match that the Wonders excelled in, and actually beat the Wonders doing it.
Yeah, and that was clean.
That was clean. There was nothing, and that's not saying anything against the Wonders. They got outdone at their own thing, and that's what I'm saying is I think my opinion of this match will be, I think the Physicals can get the job done.
They've stepped up their game.
Yeah, I think for two big reasons. One, they've got the champion's advantage, right? They don't need to win to keep the belts, right? So you always look at that's the champion's advantage. But secondly, Nate Hunter.
That's a problem.
Nate Hunter is a big problem.
That's a big problem.
Because unless Standardized Paradox, unless, Josh Redfield and 211 have someone watching their back, they're always going to have that problem with Nate Hunter out there.
Josh, 211, if you're watching, I would make a phone call to Blake Malik, who is in your corner, Josh, at second anniversary, your tag team partner. I would make a phone call to Blake Malik, potentially just have him close by, just in case.
It's probably a wise thing.
Probably a wise decision to make at this point.
But I think at this point, if that doesn't happen, and the way I see things, I'm going to have to go with the Wizards. I think there's just got too many, at this point, aces up their sleeve at this point. Like I say, I'm not saying that Standardized Paradox can't win this, right? And, it won't give it, but I think with Nate Hunter out there, and they need to somehow stay 100% focused on the match. Do not get sidetracked with Nate Hunter. Make sure the referee stays in control of the match. There's a lot of things going on. Not saying that Standardized Paradox can't do this, but I think the advantage is in the champions corner.
Nate's kind of like the ace up the sleeve in this scenario. That could change the game completely. My head is actually saying physicals. My heart is saying Redfield and 211 because I'm such a fan. But if my head is purely making this decision, I think the physicals are just going to keep a hold of those belts. They're moving up. They're moving up that ladder. They really are.
Okay, that's our show for today. That is the Alpha Insider. 4 huge matches on Whiplash and more. That's only just the 4. I think there's another 3 plus with that. Right, it's going to be a huge show here at Pipeworks Market. The doors open 6:30. Show starts at 7. It's a big one.
You don't want to miss it.
Don't want to miss it. Be our guests. Come and join us, and we'll see you next time on Alpha Insider.